the world. But ladies and gentlemen, I got a very special guest with us tonight. He is the brand spanking new, committed to wrestling world heavyweight champion, David Ali.
How you
How you
doing?
doing? I'm doing good, man. Now, I've been trying to get Marco's guys on here for a while now. I'm trying to maybe like a surprise when he first came out committed to wrestling. Maybe I don't know the winner of his tournament will be on the show. That was the former world champion. Supposed to go to the former world champion, but they missed out. We got David Ali on the show. It's all good.
Yes, sir. You already know it.
Hey, David, tell us about yourself, man.
Well, just in case nobody knows by now, my name is David Ali. I am the street fighter. And what that means is from night to night, I hit the road looking for fights all over the place. Anybody, anytime, anywhere.
Another good fight,
Yeah.
man. Ladies and gentlemen, David Ali, of course, is the world champion of Marco Roses, committed to wrestling. But like you said, basically it's like one of the guys I love to hate, John Cena, says, if you want some, all you gotta do is come get some.
Yep, it's got the same sting to it. Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're also joined here by my god brother, the Reverend Dr. Greg McCray. How you doing, Greg?
What's going on? What's going on?
I'm good. We are live. We got a great show for you tonight. We got about an hour to go, and it's awesome. Let's spill some coffee. It's gonna be a while. We got Greg McCray in the house, world champion of committed to wrestling, David Ali. David, let me ask you something, man. If you could have
Sure.
a world title match with anybody, professional, like the big dogs, like WWE, New Japan guys, smaller companies, anybody, who would you pick?
Oh, man, that's a tough question to ask. Preferably it'd be all of them. But if I had to choose one right now off the top of my head, I would love to go toe-to-toe with Marty Scurll any day of the week.
Would you be willing to put your title up?
What was that?
Would you be willing to put your title up?
Of course. You know, that's the only reason why I won that championship, is so that I could defend it against anyone and everyone, because it needs to be that way. I'm the world champion of CTW, which means I'm going to defend that around the world, as many different places as I can.
Yes,
You know,
sir, man.
and a lot of
Awesome.
people might hear that and they might say, "Oh man, he's cutting a promo. He's trying to be like in what people think is a character," but that's not it at all. What you see is what you get. This is not a gimmick. It's not fake. It's not scripted. It's not what people who don't watch wrestling consider as fake. This is who I am. This is who I'll always be, and it's never going to change. So anybody willing to step up, anybody willing who can think that they can beat me for my title, step up. I'm ready for it. Alex Cruz is supposed to be the first guy that's going to challenge me for my first title defense since winning it. And he's going to find out, just like anybody else will, when they do step in the ring and try to go bell to bell with me. They're going to find out real quick just exactly what type of renegade ring insurgent I really am.
Man, that's awesome. Greg, we'll get to you in just a second. David, let me ask you something here. Are there certain matches you would like you won't go there? Like every wrestler has that one match that they would not do. Like The Rock, he wrestled the Hell in the Cell. That's his first and only Hell in the Cell match back in 2000. Certain wrestlers, there's certain matches they just won't do. Do you have that theory?
See, that's the difference between me and wrestlers, because they're all confined to a certain box that they can't get out of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the street fighter, keyword fighter. From night to night, I say it all the time. Anybody who knows me, anybody who's ever seen me in the ring or seen any of my matches, they know that that's what I do. I fight, no matter what kind of match it is. I ain't scared. Who's scared? Not me. Ain't nobody scared over here. I'll do anything, anytime, anywhere. Check my record.
I like that. Hey, Greg, back over to you right there. If you had an opportunity, let's just say, put it like this: if you were in a dangerous, the most brutal match you could think of for championship gold, would it be worth it, Greg McCray?
Yes, it would be worth it because, number one, you're doing it for the fans, and number two, you're doing it for their belt, and you put it all on the line.
Interesting. How about you, David?
I don't give a damn what people think about me. I'm there for the fans, of course. Who wouldn't be? Because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, after that, it's all about defending the championship. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta get some good old. We gotta get some WWE stuff out the way right quick. Crown Jewel will be live in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's gonna be Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Universal title, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, the WWE Championship. Shawn Michaels gonna dust off the boots. Triple H will get out the suit. We going to old school, y'all. DX versus the Brothers of Destruction live in Saudi Arabia over in Riyadh at the King Saud Universal Stadium. Now, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. If you love women's wrestling, I'm sorry. Due to the strict laws against women, there will be no female matches on this card. That sucks. That's the law. So, there it is.
All
right.
the world's going to change one day, and I'm excited for it because women's wrestling right now is what's up right now, They got a lot to prove, and it's a shame that they can't do that there, but, eventually they will. And when they do, they're going to rock the house out.
They're just allow women to vote. I'm glad she brought that up, because, ladies and gentlemen, October 28th, later on this month, it's Ladies' Night, y'all. Ronda Rousey will take on Nikki Bella. Why? I don't know. The Women's Championship. Come on, Nikki. Come on, girl. For real. Like, we don't really need you back over here. I think you should kind of take Ray Charles if I can hit the road jet. And we're going to have a women's match for SmackDown, the Women's Championship. Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. NXT Women's title. The NXT UK Women's Championship on the line. Io Shirai against Toni Storm in the final for the Mae Young Classic. Alexa Bliss, Mickie James against, get this, ladies and gentlemen, Lita and the lovely, the delicious, the legendary, yes, I say delicious, Trish Stratus.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I said delicious.
That's a new one. I got to go with Trish and Lita on that one, man.
By the way, speaking of Trish, we all remember when she got her Hall of Fame speech, Hall of Fame induction. Well, when she mentioned her husband, everybody in the room booed her husband. After all this time, she was single, as if I had a chance. But all this time, she had a man.
You do enough homework. Anybody would have figured that out. She married a high school sweetheart, which is not bad. It sucks for all the the nerds sitting at home on their computers trying to be keyboard warriors, but happy for her. She's got kids. She's got a life.
Of course. I'm like, now here's the thing about women as far as WWE is concerned. They make them look as if, like they make them look available, but they're really not. Like I said, Trish Stratus, Lita. But Lita probably sing. I don't know about anybody else. But most women in WWE and different other sports, especially WWE, they make them look like they're available, as if you had a shot, but they're really married, dating, got boyfriends, all that stuff.
Yep.
Everyday people like that.
That just goes along with sex sells,
Great, what you said?
No, that just goes along with sex sells. It's just
definitely.
Yeah, how else would they do that? Like, But we live in an age now that all the information is available at the fingertips. So that's up to the viewer if they want to believe that these people are single or not. I mean, look at the Bellas. Everybody knows that the Bellas are with either Daniel Bryan or John Cena at any given moment. So, I mean, it's not unusual that these people would be dating anybody. I think that's just like, again, the keyboard words, hopes.
All my parents out there, if you have kids who love wrestling, I gotta warn you right quick. The WWE Network is awesome, but there are some things I want to say before, like from '97 to 2011ish. That's the content on there is not. I repeat, is not PG. So you might want to censor that. Everything else they're welcome to watch. But before 2011, it was not PG at all.
The golden age of wrestling.
I don't know how the hell got away with that.
I don't know.
Man, looks like I would love to see China in the Hall of Fame. When China was alive, she was supposed to be in the Hall of Fame, but they basically told China, "Hey, you gotta quit your job, girl, because China let's just say make people happy for a while." And she does adult entertainment, if you will, and we can't have you in the Hall of Fame while you're doing that, because we trying to be more family friendly now. But then again, they had characters like, for example, Shaniqua. She was a dominatrix. She's a teacher now. She's a dominatrix. Val Venis was a male. His character, not personally, but his character was a male adult entertainer. Different stuff like The Godfather was a pimp. You know. What do you think about that?
I think I don't even think like those characters, like the way that they're portrayed. I don't think that's a relevant issue as far as like why they're in the Hall of Fame or considered for the Hall of Fame, because there are actual. Oh man, I don't want to even go there. But there are actual rapists and men who have committed crimes that are in the Hall of Fame. For China to not be in the Hall of Fame just because of, I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. Just because anybody could Google China, and of course they'd see her work as a wrestler, but then the next couple pages after that is going to be like what she does now, and that's a bad look on WWE. But I mean, you can't play favorites, and you can't. You know, it should all be equal if you're going to let some people in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
China definitely deserves to be in there.
Oh, definitely. And man, I wish I take her back to the time machine. I wish she was alive today, because that would be wonderful to hear her theme song, and then she come out with that bazooka gun, and she gets in that ring and start tearing some butts up. Man, that would be awesome.
It's sad to say, but I believe her death was the one of the only ways that could help her to get in the Hall of Fame sooner than later.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. You know. But
now
I mean,
people more thinking about pushing it.
It's been time.
Mhm. Ladies and gentlemen, while I have it on my mind real quick, happy birthday to this man here, ladies and gentlemen. Came a very, 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 very long, mighty way. Happy birthday to the Miz, Mike Mazzani. My God, this man came a long way.
That's true. I will say that.
Man. I mean, this dude, all his characters, the reality star character, the stupid hoorah thing he did on SmackDown, the host of SmackDown, all that stuff, finding his way, and then all of a sudden it comes on his character he has now, and boom, like 2010, 2009, it clicked. Finally, this guy got some. All right, we can work with that now. Happy birthday, this man, former Intercontinental champion, former WWE champion, tag team champion, Money in the Bank winner, all that jazz and stuff. happy birthday to you, and his lovely, beautiful wife, Maurice. Man, the Miz come a mighty long way. Happy birthday to you, brother.
He definitely deserves everything that he's gotten and that he's going to get. Me personally, I think he should have the strap right now, honestly. I was actually just talking about this with one of my wrestling cohorts, that he needs to have the belt. Like, if anybody should be going against AJ or DB for that title, he's the top heel in WWE right now. Like, you got big guys like Strowman, ooh, and then guys of that nature like Brock Lesnar. But, I mean, their personalities are so dead and so generic. The Miz is the only one that keeps people coming to SmackDown, the B show. You know what I mean? There's a reason why he's an A-lister, like he says, and it's because he truly is an A-lister, like, as far as WWE is concerned, of course.
Definitely,
the Miz is the modern-day Ric Flair. What made Ric Flair so good was that he made the fans hate him. That what made Floyd Mayweather, what helped him make money. People would pay to come and see you lose. And when you keep winning, that makes them come back in even more and more to see you lose. And that's what Miz is at. People will pay to come and see him lose, especially to people like AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan.
Yes, sir. By the way,
these are facts.
I have on my mind, y'all, real quick. He's no longer with us, but of course he's having chilling. Happy birthday to one of the greatest, if not the greatest, of all freaking time, ladies and gentlemen. Best love, happy belated birthday, rather, over the weekend to Bruno Sammartino.
Oh, yep. Classic legend right there. Classic legend. The first Hogan, the first Cena.
It would be cool, in my opinion, to have a black WWE champion. Ladies and gentlemen, before you get started, for y'all go ahead and type all the hating. First of all, I know what you're thinking. The Rock was champion. Yes, but he don't count because technically he's half Samoan, and he embraces Samoan side more than this black side. So that don't count. We've had Italian champions. We've had Russian champions. We've had Middle Eastern champions like the Iron Sheik. Can we please, for the love of God, one day have a black WWE champion?
We've been close. We've been mighty close, but no cigar.
I mean, Big E, the way he was in NXT, if they would have transitioned that to WWE, Big E would have made a great WWE champion because he had the attitude and the demeanor. Kofi Kingston, after he had that big feud with Randy Orton, to me, that would have been a perfect time to at least let him have the belt for a little while.
Yeah.
I think he goes further back, actually. Like, Booker T should have been the champ.
Yeah. I would settle for 24 hours as champion. I'll take that. One day as champion, I'll take that. But can we please have a black champion? I'll even take a day. I'll take that. One day as champion, I'll take that.
When Booker T was at his highest, Booker T would have made a great WWE champion.
I think Cedric Alexander is probably, if he gets out of that 205 niche, then I think he has a good chance at being at least somewhere close to that title picture. If they would do more instead of just focusing on, hey, these guys are a certain height, and hey, these guys can do this, and these guys can do that. Put them in a situation to show personality. Put them in a situation to show that they can do more than just what people expect or, basically expect them to do. Me as a wrestler here in Atlanta in the South, I definitely understand what that's like to be pigeonholed into a certain scenario just because of the way that I look, my height, and just the type of wrestling, the type of fighting that I do in the ring. You know, and as long as people are in the mindset that you can only do A, B, C, and D, it's not going to change. But hopefully with the growing times and management changing and people getting into newer roles that are better for them, things could change. Things change all the time, so hopefully that'll happen sooner rather than later.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Well, y'all, the road to WrestleMania of next year kicks off at the Royal Rumble. I know that's a while from now. That's a whole year. But, man, magical things happen at the Royal Rumble. I would like to see an intergender Royal Rumble match. Here's what I mean by that, ladies and gentlemen. Men and women beat the hell out of each other. One of y'all challenges that okay, like this. If a woman wins, she got the Raw title, the SmackDown title to choose from. If a man wins, the WWE title, the World title, Universal title, whatever. So I would love to see women and men at the same ring at the same time battle it out for a title shot. And what if? I know this is crazy, y'all, in the 21st century, but imagine this, picture this. What if a woman has the nerve to choose the WWE or Universal Champion? That'd be awesome.
I think Ronda Rousey, if we're talking about that kind of situation, I think Ronda Rousey's probably got the best bet in doing something like that. But WWE could introduce an intergender title just like there is here on the Indies. There's plenty of intergender titles where men and women go. I've battled for an intergender title, and I've fought several women. Uh-huh. Actually, I love fighting women. It's actually the best.
Yes, sir. Now, if all you chauvinistics out there, you're like, oh, how could you fight a woman? Blah blah blah. Well, first of all, I'm gonna take you to school right quick. There was a woman named Chyna. She beat the hell out of men and women. Jacqueline Moore, Hall of Famer. She pinned the late great Chavo Guerrero Sr. to become the first female to be the cruiserweight champion of the world. I can see a woman beating the hell out of a man to win a championship.
You know, I almost got beat. I was the WWA for Internet champion. I'm the longest reigning WWA for Internet champion, by the way, 10 months. But I fought Audra Pereira, who is by far one of the best talents down here in Atlanta. And she almost beat me with my own moveset to win my title. But, you know, I happen to be the Street Fighter, and I happen to, be the Renegade, happen to be a smooth striker. So she couldn't get one over on me. But she came super close. And that could definitely happen, like you were saying about China, people like that. Women are tough. They get discredited just because of the fact that they are women, but there's so much more to them than what people will let them have.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you, man, the road to WrestleMania, all you got to do is follow the Yellow Brick Road. It will be available October 10th, Wednesday. I believe Wednesday, 2 days from right now, October 10th, for the 2019 Royal Rumble. It's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona. The tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. If you want to stand in the longest line ever, it's going to be worth it. Make sure you at least one of the top 20 to be in line for the Royal Rumble in Phoenix, Arizona, January 27th, 2019. And, man, I tell you, David, I don't know about you, but it'll be interesting to see if all the independents got together, right, and had like one big old tournament, or the winner of that tournament challenges a WWE athlete, and they battle it out, and the winner of that match gets a shot at the big dogs.
The big dog. You talking about me?
Well, hey, man. That's a possibility.
Big dog. I feel like that's a possibility in the future for WWE, actually. Just because Hunter, Triple H is definitely open to partnerships, because without partnerships, the business is gonna die. You know, if people don't work together, it's gonna die eventually.
Man, wrestling has changed in the past 20 years, man. Back in the day, it was me, my piece of the pie, forget y'all. Now, you in the wrestling business today, as David said, you need partnerships. Back then, 20 years ago, hey, look, this is my piece of the pie, get your own. Nowadays, you need to work together nowadays.
I'm ready for the day that transition from Vince McMahon running the Everyday Show to Triple H running it, because Triple H did a lot for the independent scene with NXT, and to me, the independent scene is a whole lot better now than it was 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, Greg, sorry to tell you this, man, you're going to wait a mighty long time because Vince McMahon is healthy as a mule. This dude is healthy as crap. I can't describe to you. I seen videos of him working out, and it's crazy. He's 70-something, and he works out like he's 20. My goodness.
Yeah.
The man is 70, and he's a grandfather, a senior citizen, and his workouts are ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said, you know, I can't. I would love to see him just go ahead and retire and turn the things over, but I already know how things are.
Oh yeah, man.
It's gonna be a cold day in hell before that happens.
Oh, very cold day.
So get your Parkers out. It ain't gonna happen for a long time. You know what I mean? But you know, Triple H. I feel like Vince will always be like an overseer, but Triple H will eventually get like more and more and more, in his hands. I mean, he's basically consolidated NXT and 205, which is about half of like the productions they do anyway. So he gets his hands on SmackDown, that's the third, and then Raw, that's it. But Vince ain't letting Raw go for nobody. That's his baby. That's his brainchild. That's his gift and his curse, really.
Man, he got NXT so. NXT's been running so good now. They, they set up their pay-per-view, they big shows so good. They doing good character development, and I hate it when some of the wrestlers come up from NXT to WWE, and some of them the characters go down, but some of them like Alexa Bliss and Elias, their characters skyrocket.
That's because Vince doesn't know what to do with these people when they get called up. I was watching The Ascension just a minute ago, and excuse my language, these guys have not won a match on the main roster. And is it because they look like LOD? Maybe. But if I've learned anything from watching wrestling and being a part of wrestling, is that repetition is a thing. I mean, that's life anyway. You're always going to get some version of something. I mean, look at Dolph Ziggler, Shawn Michaels, straight up, right down to the super kick, He's been a two-time world champion. He's been an Intercontinental champion, tag team champion. He's United States champion. He's actually, what do they call it? He's a Grand Slam champion, Yeah. And he's basically Shawn Michaels with Billy Gunn's hair.
Yup, yeah.
That felt like a lot of shade. But the fact of the matter is, Vince has his idea, and he has what he thinks works for him. And with this being a company that I want to work for someday, you're just going to have to, follow suit. And, you can either grab the brass ring like he talks about all the time, or you can just let stuff happen, Vince always says people need to take a chance. People need to do something. He's giving them the opportunity. I mean, you can either ask for forgiveness or shoot your shot. You know what I mean?
Okay. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to congratulate SmackDown 1,000th episode coming up. Catching up with Raw, one of the top 3 longest running shows ever. You got Raw, you got SmackDown, and The Simpsons. The top 3 longest running shows ever. And ladies and gentlemen, we just getting started, baby.
Yes, it's sick. Hope is good. Hope is good.
Yes, sir.
I hope it's good. I got my fingers crossed. I hope it's good. You know, the last couple of SmackDown anniversaries have been kind of under the bar, you know. That really makes me upset, though, because they just don't treat SmackDown as well as they treat Raw, and that needs to change if they're going to put them on Fox, you know. 'Cause that's going to be mainstream. That's going to be the new Raw, pretty much. New Raw.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Good, but Craig, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I'm waiting. I can't wait to see. You know, like you said, they need to step their game up with SmackDown, especially they're gonna put it on Fox.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's gonna be hot.
There's one lady I really miss a lot. Like her, she by the way, she just had a birthday. A lot of people had a birthday. Happy birthday to you, now, Mrs. Linda McMahon. I miss you, girl. Jump down, Trump. Come on back home where you belong.
Oh man, let's not talk about Donald Trump. Let's not do that.
I miss Linda McMahon. Come back home, Linda.
Real quick.
By the way, the fact that Linda and Vince are still married is a miracle. Because Vince McMahon's Rolling Stone. Yeah, I said that, ladies and gentlemen.
Probably too. That's everything that happened between them and all the women he's been with. Just even
and
on
by
TV,
the way,
those
storylines with Vince and Linda, all of that in the storyline, that actually happened in real life. All of that. I mean, every last bit of it. When Vince said, well, I don't know about the Shane, her getting pregnant and stuff, and he had to marry her. But I don't know about that. But he did actually cheat on his wife in real life multiple times, and the fact that they still married is a miracle.
That's love. That's what it's got to be. Or stand by your man, one of the two.
Yeah.
No prenup.
But every once in a while, I wonder if money has something to do with it, because you know. If it's about money, if it's about the money, she would have been left a long time ago. Yes,
good thing you beat WCW.
Definitely, man. If I can go back in, David, you go back in time and change. Well, let's take it back to I don't know the invasion era when WCW and ECW got together. What would you do differently from that?
As far as what is concerned, like as far as the angle,
like would you change how ECW and WCW got together? Would you change like how that happened and make it a little bit different? They'll still come together.
I know a lot of people like feel a certain type of way about that, but that was one of my favorite angles of all time, just because.
Oh yeah.
We finally got to see at least like some of these guys mix it up with like some of the other guys. And I mean, what can you do when there's like contracts keeping certain people from actually making a true WCW roster? Now, could they have held it off a little bit longer? Possibly. But I don't think there's anything other than anything I would have changed, except for probably putting it off just a little bit longer. Just because, you know, as we all know, Hogan, Nash, and Hall came in later. So did Ric Flair and Goldberg, and that would have been a true WCW roster. But I think they did the best for what they had, And I feel like they delivered. You know, they didn't really like bury the alliance at all, like Triple H does to WCW guys now. But I think they did the best of what they could. But if I had to change one thing about that, is how they played DDP. Man, they played him so hard. They played him so hard.
I love that storyline.
DDP was like, he was the Stone Cold of WCW. A lot of people say that Goldberg was, but DDP was the Stone Cold of WCW. He was the rule breaker. He wasn't going when the NWO was like, nah, you have to join us. He was the original, like, he was like the original hero of WCW when all that was happening. And how they played Sting later on, same thing. Like, he was the vigilante. It was like they took Superman and Batman and just, like, took their fangs out. Like, they declawed them, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was some cool stuff they did with Sting, especially, like, my favorite moment with Sting is Randy Orton's getting the beat down, the lights go off, and it comes back on, and Sting's in the ring, and Randy's like, what? And Sting's like, well, I guess we got to beat these guys up. That was one of my favorite moments from them bringing Sting back. But if I did have to change one thing, is how they played DDP. That DDP was the man, and they played him straight to the left.
Yes, sir, gentlemen. By the way, for those that don't, there you go. For those that don't know, just happen not to know about David Ali. Tell about your style.
I'm a brawler, straight up. I'm a brawler. I'm a striker, and that's all you need to know. I'm a brawler and I'm a striker. You get in the ring with me, you're gonna get knocked out. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna feel it the next day. That's why I always tell anybody, you better train, you better learn to fight, you better be ready for a fight, because if you don't, all you're going to see is stars. That's the true thing. Ask Reno. Ask Reno Diamond. And then after October 19th in Memphis at CTW, ask Alex Cruz. Ask any of the guys at WWA 4, because I beat them all too. Ask anybody down here in the South. You go with David Ali, you're going to get hurt. I like to hurt people. I like to fight. I like to hit people. That's just how it is, Not trying to be mean or evil, but that's just the way it is. You don't get in the ring and don't expect to get hurt.
Right. So what you're saying is you're absolutely confident, I shout it out. You are 100% confident that you will leave October 19th the world's champion.
I don't have a choice. See, that's the difference. Reno has a family. He has a wife. He has a child. He has a job. He has things that he has to take care of, which makes him vulnerable. It made him somebody with something to lose. I'm a guy who has nothing to lose. The CTW World Championship is mine for a reason. It's mine. Yes, it belongs to me. I fought for it. I fought all over the Southeast for that title. And nobody's going to take that away from me. Alex Cruz is the same way. He has a company. He has things he owns. He has things to lose. I don't. And that's what's going to make him lose at the end of the day.
I like that.
Anybody can put on their fancy colors. Anybody can put on their fancy outfits. They can do their fancy moves. They can do flips, jumps. They can say whatever they need to say about David Ali. But at the end of the day, like I said earlier, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get pinned. You're going to lose. And all you're going to see is stars.
Man, that's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my honor, it's been my privilege to have the CTW World Heavyweight Champion, David Ali. He will be battling. He will put that title on the line October 19th at CTW, and he's guaranteeing he will walk away and be still your reigning, defending, undisputed CTW Heavyweight Champion of the world, David Mother-Loving Ali. That, my friend.
Let me say one more thing, just real quick.
Yes,
Anybody who thinks that they can try and take that championship away from me, step up. I'm not afraid. I love to fight. Let's do it. Anytime, anywhere.
There it is, right there, man. There it is. All you gotta do is come get you some. Don't be scared. Come get you some of David Ali, ladies and gentlemen. Man, great to have you on the show, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
No problem. Ladies, we're out of here. Have a wonderful night, wonderful day. We'll see you guys next time on Wrestle Tracks. Good night, everybody.